Hello traders, welcome to my weekly forex analysis. Last week we have a very sideways market where we see price ranging on the same level last week because we are on a key resistance level last week. That's why we never see any price moving on a major movement last week because we're on a key resistance level on last week on the higher time frame. This week we expect price to do a major move on the EURUSD and the GBPUSD. But before we do that, before we go deep to the analysis this week, if you are new to my channel, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. So let's get started with this week analysis because we expect a major move from the market this week and majorly from the euro and the GBP this week. Let's dive straight to the analysis this week. Let's get started. EURUSD on my weekly chart close on a resistance level. So long price close on this resistance level, we expect the EURUSD to drop back to this next support level. So price close on this weekly resistance level. Then we expect price to drop to this next support level on the weekly chart. Then we also expect price to drop to this next support level. A break of this support level, we expect price to touch this support level. So this week we'll be looking for a selling opportunity on the EURUSD because price still holds strong on this weekly resistance level. So let's look at the daily chart of the EURUSD. On my daily chart, we can see we have price on the resistance level. So long we have price on this resistance level, we'll be expecting price to move to this next weekly support level or this support level this week. So we'll be looking for a selling opportunity on the EURUSD. So we expect price might do a retest before we see further push to this weekly support or this weekly support this week. Let's look at our next pair, which is the GBPUSD. GBPUSD on my weekly chart also close on a resistance level. So long we have price on this resistance level, we expect price to drop this week for the GBPUSD. Last week we expect price to do a retest on this level and we expect price to push higher, and price retest and then push higher. Then price also closed on that resistance level last week. So long price closed on the resistance level, we expect price to drop from this resistance level to this next support level. So we expect the GBPUSD this week to drop to our support level, which we expect price to move to this support level this week. If we have a break of this support level, we expect price to push lower to this next support level, which we see our buying opportunity from the other time. GBPUSD push higher to this key resistance level. So this week we might expect price to move to this support level or this next support level this week. So let's look at the daily chart of the GBPUSD. On my daily chart, we can see we have a uptrend structure on the daily chart. So, but we are to trade the reversal trend this week on the daily chart. So you can see price close on this weekly resistance level, also a daily resistance level. So we expect price to do a retest of this resistance level before we see further push of price back to the downside. So we're expecting price to do a retest of this resistance level. So price will do a test of this resistance level, then we'll see price push lower to this next support level. A break of this support level, price may retest this next support level on the GBPUSD this week. Let's look at our next pair, which is the dollar index. The dollar index on the weekly chart close on the support level. So we have price on this support level on the dollar index. So long we have price on this support level on the dollar index, we expect price to retest this next resistance level or this next support level before we see further downtrend movement for the dollar index. So we might see price retest this level or this level before we see a further downtrend movement. We might see price do a test of this level before we see the downtrend, or we might see price doing a test of this level before we see the resumption of downtrend movement for the dollar index. So This week we are trading a reversal trend for the dollar index this week. So let's go to the daily chart of the dollar index. On my daily chart, we expect price to do a retest of this support level before we look out for the buying opportunity of dollars, which is primarily test this level, then we'll see price pushing to this next resistance level or this next resistance level for the dollar index. Let's look at our next pair, which is the Australia USD. Australia USD on my weekly chart still close on the resistance zone. So long price remain on this resistance zone on the weekly chart. We expect Australia USD to drop this week. So we're expecting price to drop to this next support level on the Australia USD, and also we also have a support level at this area. Also, price might do a test of this level before this level, or price might also do a test of this level before we see any further movement on the Australia USD. So we are expecting price to do a retest of this level, or this level, or this level before we see any further movement of price on the Australia USD. So let's look at the daily chart of the Australia USD. On my daily chart, we have a price action set up already on the daily chart on the Australia USD. So we're looking for a selling opportunity on the Australia USD. So low price on a weekly resistance level on the Australia USD. So we expect price to do a retest. Then we'll see further push for the Australia USD to this next support level, or this support level, or this next support level on the Australia USD. So look at our selling opportunity on the Australia USD this week before we see any further movement on the Australia USD. Let's look at our next pair, which is the gold USD. Gold USD on my weekly chart close with a bearish rejection candlestick on the weekly chart. So long price close with this bearish rejection candlestick on the weekly chart, you might see gold retest this next support level before we see rejection of price back to the upside. So gold still have a bullish momentum on the weekly chart. So but we expect price to come to this support level before we look for possible buying opportunity on the gold USD. So let's look at the daily chart of the gold USD. On my daily chart, you can see that we have price on this support level already on the daily chart of the gold USD, which means we might also see price doing a retest. We might see price doing a retest of this level before we see further push lower for the gold USD this week. So wait for price to do a retest of this weekly support zone before we look at our buying opportunity on the gold USD this week, because we have a strong momentum for buying opportunity on the gold USD this week. Welcome back, guys. You can see that we are break down the analysis to the best of what we expect for this week. But if you want to be more profitable and more successful as a trader, you need to have access to our Telegram group channel, which is we give free analysis every week on the major pairs. You can join our Telegram group to get access to our free signals if you like to join our Telegram group. So if you find this analysis helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, and see you in my next video. Thank you guys for watching.